Bago ang panahon, iisa at nakatatak ang kauna-unahang himpilan sa paghahatid ng serbisyo publiko at balita. Ito ang Radio Mindanao Networks, higit 6 na dekada sa paglilingkod sa masang Pilipino. Sa Metro Manila, ito ang Dzxl 558 Radyo Trabaho, ang inyong gabay sa hanap buhay.
Dzxl, Pulso ng Metro! 39 minutos, makalipas po ang alas 12 ng magandang tanghali. Diretso po tayo sa Palasyo ng Malacanang para sa virtual press conference ni Secretary Harry Roque. At nasa linya po natin ngayon si Dzxl Radyoman 4, Angel Ronquillo. DCXL Radyoman Report.
Yes, Radyoman, Rod, kasama ni Presidential Spokesperson Secretary Harry Roque, itong si DICT Undersecretary Manny Caintic hinggil sa ulat na evaluasyon ng evaluasyon ng NTC, ulat ng NTC hinggil doon sa performance ng mga telecommunication companies. Kasi kung maalala natin, ay nagbabala si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na kung hindi nila ayusin o hindi improve yung kanilang serbisyo, ay kakanselahin yung kanilang prangkisa. Pero sa initial na evaluasyon ng DICT ay meron namang improvement, lalo-lalo na ay nagkapagtayo ng mga towers, ito mga telcos, pero nakikita problema sa ngayon ng DICT ay yung pag-roll out pa ng mga fiber cables nang sa ganun na hindi mag-overload, na kahit na sabay-sabay sa paggamit ng internet ay hindi magkakaroon ng paglalag o yung mabagal. Mga kasama, pakinggan pa natin ang nagpapatuloy na question and answer portion.
Maraming salamat. Tricia Tirada, please.
Good afternoon, Spokes. Doon lang po sa usapin ko rin ng bakuna, nagkausap na po si Senator Lacson and si Secretary Galvez, and as how Senator Lacson described it, they had a good discussion or meeting, and he shared that after the meeting, he advised Secretary Galvez that some people to be more careful, to be extra cautious about possibly some people taking advantage of his credibility. What can Malacanang say about this, sir? And has Malacanang considered this possibility? And ano, sir, yung steps that you're taking to actually protect Secretary Galvez?
Hindi ko po alam kung anong sinasabi ni Senator Lacson. No? But I guess, in our earlier talks with General Galvez, I did warn him that although si General Galvez is a technocrat, no, he's not just a military leader. He has advanced management degrees from Australia, no? And he is a true blue technocrat. Ang warning ko sa kanya, do not think that the release of information is equivalent to communication. Iba po yun. No? At sinasabi ko nga, ang warning ko sa mulat-mula, talagang ipupolitika po yan. Dahil wala na po talagang mabatong kahit anong issue sa administrasyon ni Presidente Duterte. Ngayong patapos na po ang termino ng ating Presidente. So I think he now knows what I mean. That the release of information does not necessarily mean it is strategic communication. No? So anyway, yun lang po ang aking reaksyon.
Sir, yung usapin po ng UP Accord, I'm sure nakarating na po ito kay Pangulo. What does he think of the appeals, the sentiments of the UP community? Will he be open to listening or at least to meeting with President Concepcion?
As I said po, itong bagay nito hindi na po kinakailangan makarating sa level ng Presidente. Although we do have the principle of qualified political agency, sa level na po ito ni Secretary Lorenzana. And as I have said, no, I have offered my good offices. Secretary Delfin Lorenzana has accepted, and I continue to await word from President Danilo Concepcion.
Sir, sa ibang topic naman, numbers have gone up the past few days. Yung nabanggit niyo nga po yung surge. How will this factor in the quarantine classification? Can we expect that there will be areas?
Well, hindi ko po pwedeng pangunahan ng IETF, no? Pero paulit-ulit ko po sinasabi, data analytics will dictate kung ano po ang ating quarantine classification. At sa tingin ko po, nakita nyo naman yung availability of beds natin, no? Dalawa lang pong lugar ang critical, no? Ang nasa moderate po pala, hindi pa critical, no? Wala pa sa red. Yung CAR at saka yung Region 11. So, yung mga areas na po yun, binabantayan po natin dahil pag umabot sa critical yan from moderate, syempre po, meron tayong dahilan. Pero ang quarantine classification nga po will not really be on a national basis. It will be in a local basis. No? But as I said, i-discuss pa po yan dahil so far hindi pa po napipresent ang DOH ng latest analytics nila. Baka mamayang hapon po. No? Today is the 21st. Hindi pa. Baka in the next meeting pa yung data nila. Next.
Secretary Roque, also
Yes,
please.
Yusek, thank you very much. Trish, tapos na ba si Trish o may question pa? May internet interruption lang. So may isa pang question ata si Trish. But meanwhile, let's go to Yusek Rocky, please. Nako, nawala na rin sila pareho. Yusek Kaintik, ba't ganito? Wala rin si Yusek Kaintik.
Hello?
Yes, okay. Yusek Kaintik, you witness po kung ano nangyayari dito sa ating press briefing. Ano ba ho talagang dapat gawin natin para hindi naman kami maputol? Puro Metro Manila kami, napuputol kami. Can I ask Yusek Kaintik first? Yusek, you've witnessed yung ating problema even in our discharge of our official functions, no? Lahat kami nasa Metro Manila pero ganito napuputol. Ano ba ho? Kailan ba ho mapititigil itong ating hinagpis na napuputulan tayo ng internet? Yusek Kaintik. Yusek Kaintik, o putol ka rin? Wala. Putok din ata. Yusek Kaintik? Wala. Oh well. Any of the two, Trish Tirada or Asek Rocky or Yusek Kaintik, please? Nako, patay na. Yusek Kaintik? Yusek Kaintik? Yusek Kaintik? Talaga bang... Yusek Kaintik, wala kang audio. Okay, let's try Trish again. Nako, anyway, sa aking report po kay Presidente sa Lunes, sasabihin ko po ang nangyari on the day we rendered a report on the telcos na nawalan po kami ng connection sa lahat. Hindi ko na alam kung nasan tayo. Virgil. Okay? Ayan, Yusek.
Yung ulitin ko yung question ni Virgil Lopez, Secretary.
Yes, go ahead.
Opo. Ang tanong po ni Virgil Lopez, some senators daw po have pushed for the passage of the bill seeking to amend the UP Charter Act of 2008 to require prior notification on the entry of police and military units in all UP campuses. Is the palace for or against this bill?
We leave that to the wisdom of Congress because that's an issue of national policy. Although, as I said, it sounds like a reasonable legislative proposal.
Opo, yung second question po niya, reaction niyo sa panawagan ng Duterte Youth Party List. Question naman po ni Chris Susena Remate Online.
Nasagot na po.
Reaction niyo po sa...
Nasagot na po yan. Already answered.
Okay.
Okay. So we go to Pia Ranada.
Sir, I think hindi po natapos si Trish Tirada, Secretary.
Trish, are you here?
Yes, sir. Hi, sir.
Yes,
May
okay, go
question,
ahead.
sir, earlier po, bago po tayo naputol. Yung numbers po have gone up these past days. Yung binabanggit nyo nga pong surge. How will this affect or factor in the quarantine classifications? Can we expect, sir, kagaya po rin nabanggit nyo rin last time about sa new normal, meron na po bang lugar na mapapalagay under the new normal or will this take a while since IATF still crafting itong do's and don'ts po?
Yes. 2 points, no? Sinagot ko na yung first point mo. What will determine the new classification is still the attack rate and the critical care capacity. So far, 2 rehiyon lang po ang nasa moderate or papalapit na ng moderate yung isa. No? Ang nasa moderate na po ngayon ay ang CAR. Oo. Tapos ang Region 11 po papalapit na rin sa moderate. Pag umabot po yan sa critical, well, that will really be a factor in escalating community quarantine classification in these two areas, no? Pero hindi naman po national, no? Pangalawa po, in principle, magkakaroon po talaga tayo ng new normals, pero sa hanggang ngayon po ay hinihimay-himay pa rin kung ano yung mga do's and don'ts sa mga areas nito. At syempre po, dahil may surge, parang titignan po natin kung meron pa rin tayong mga lugar na wala po talagang active cases for an extended period of time.
Sir, may mga panawagan po ngayon ng wage hike amid yung rising prices of livestock, of yung mga food needs natin, sir. No? How does Malacanang, how will you Malacanang reconcile it? And is it possible, kaya ng industry, ng businesses natin to push for a wage hike?
Well, meron na po tayong batas tungkol dyan. No? Ang mga regional wage boards po ang magdedesisyon dyan. Pwede naman pong kahit sino mag-apply for increase in the regional minimum wage if they would want to. Pero gaya ng sinabi mo na rin, no, kinakailangan balansahin natin yan sa katotohanan na because nga of the pandemic, napakadami rin mga negosyo ang nahihirapan kung hindi tuluyan na nagsara.
Sir, very short lang on the telcos, no? Does Malacanang have a target or final deadline this year kung kailan po dapat ma-achieve, for example, a specific ranking or a specific speed?
Well, ang gagawin ko lang po sa Lunes, no? Pepresenta ko lang po itong i-discuss ko po itong rekomendasyon of findings ng NTC and the recommendation of the ICT, and I will seek guidance from the President.
Thank you, spokes. That's all. Thank you po.
Yusek Manica Intik. Yusek?
Yes, sir.
O, ito po, na-experience natin first-hand ang problema natin sa internet connection. We're all in Metro Manila. Ilang beses na po tayo naputol. Ano ba talagang solusyon dito?
More towers, more fiber cables, and better customer service.
Ang question po, when? When, Manong?
When. It takes time to build, but we help them build. We help them build by making our regulations easy, firm, and faster ang permit.
Even your audio, Yusek Kaintik, coming from, even your audio is problematic po. So anyway, just for your information. Okay, next question please, Yusek Rocky. Yusek Rocky, please.
Opo. Secretary, question from Prince Goles ng Politico Abante. Yesterday daw po you offered to mediate talks between Defense Secretary Lorenzana and UP President Concepcion concerning the 1989 Accord. Should this materialize, what do you wish to achieve from this conversation?
Ako naman po, a good office, we don't need to have a fixed goal. It's for the parties to talk. At ang sabi ko nga po, as a UP graduate, I have never experienced how it is to have military or soldiers on campus. Yun lang po.
Opo. The second question po niya, as someone who has spent more than 15 years in UP as a student and another 15 as a professor, do you support the DND's decision to terminate its agreement with UP?
Well, sa tagal ko po kasing nasa UP, no, since high school pa ako, itong accord naman po ito, pinirmahan na ng third year law student na po ako. Ibig sabihin, from high school until third year law, wala naman po yung accord na yan. At yung mga panahon po niyan, kasagsagan ng aking pagiging aktivista, personally, hindi po ako nagpatinag. Nung panahon na nandyan yung mga posibleng mga, kumbaga, espiya ng militar, hindi po ako nagpatinag. In fact, yun po yung time na dinibato ko, no less than Amy Marcos in high school. And 1 month later, Trajano disappeared. No? May police po doon on campus. Wala naman po. Ang naniniwala ako, dahil nga po dun sa tradisyon ng UP, ng critical thought, ang mga estudyante dyan patuloy na mananandigan kahit ano pa po, kung kahit meron o walang mga pulis. Pero siyempre po, may dahilan din naman kaya nagkaroon ng ganyang kasunduan, kaya nais kong pag-usapan po sana ng UP at ni Secretary Lorenzana.
Thank you, Secretary.
Yes, Pierre Renada, please.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead,
Can you hear
please.
me? Sir, 3 questions for you and then 1 question for Sir Kaintik. Sir, first, last August, the president said that he volunteered actually to get vaccinated in public with Russia's vaccine, and then yesterday or a few days ago, you said that he wants a private vaccination. What led him to change his mind?
That's his personal decision. I don't think he has to explain.
So it's nothing to do with, because he volunteered for a public vaccination because he wanted to say that he's confident that these vaccines are safe, and he wanted to encourage people to get vaccinated. Does this goal still not exist?
It
for the
does.
president?
Kaya nga po kita nyo na ngayon ang mga public information dissemination natin, no? Not only in our presidential press briefings, but also in Laging Handa and in the different programs of PCOO.
Sir, does the president plan to call President Biden in the coming days, perhaps to bring up the VFA or other issues?
I have no information as of yet. My next meeting with the president is this afternoon, no, where there is an affair concerning the BARM.
And then, sir, lastly, you mentioned the meeting you're brokering with Secretary Lorenzana. Sir, does this mean that that Secretary Lorenzana is actually now open to walking back on his termination of the UPD&D Accord?
No, it doesn't mean anything. Alam mo, pag sinabi mong good offices, wala naman po yan kahit anong prerequisite. It's just an opportunity to sit down. Pero wala po yung objective, wala po yung waiver of anything. It's done principally in interstate relations, but has also been resorted to even in a domestic setting for purposes of either mediation or conciliation.
So, sir, would you say that the likelihood of Secretary Lorenzana changing his mind after the meeting is zero?
No, I will not say that until they have actually been able to sit down and talk.
Okay. And then next for Sir Kaintik, Sir Manny. Sir, I've been asking this of DOH through their FOI portal and other officials as well, even Stay Safe, sir. And I just wanted to know if you can say the details or the date even, just the date na nasign po yung MOA dapat that Stay Safe would transfer its users' data, Multisys would transfer Stay Safe users' data to the government. When was this MOA signed? Is there a MOA?
The deed of donation is still trying to be signed. Pinapasign pa namin sa DOH, pero I think that's forthcoming. I cannot give you a date yet on that. Wala pa rin naman tinatransfer pa na data on that.
Okay, because I remember yung resolution po ng IATF 42, I believe, or 82, it was contingent on that MOA being signed and that deed of donation being signed. So how can we push through with the rollout of Stay Safe? In fact, wala pa palang donation of the user's data. How do you assure citizens that its data is safe?
That's the decision of the IATF. So I trust in the wisdom of the body as a whole.
So, sir, we violated the IATF resolution.
I'm not saying that. It's just that the decision was to adopt it as well.
So, sir, how do we assure citizens nga that their users' data is safe? Is it currently with Stay Safe with Multisys, a private organization, private firm?
Right now po, I think the National Privacy Commission has already been doing ongoing at continuous naman ang kanilang privacy assistance dun sa Stay Safe. So, maybe you can direct the question to them.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Pia. We go back to Yusek Raki, please.
Yes, Secretary, question from Tina Mendez ng Philippine Star. Grave charges were filed against BSP Governor Benjamin Diokno, 6 officials on the procurement of 116 million national ID contract and reaction from Malacanang. How will this affect the administration's move to implement the national ID program?
Wala naman po, no? Kung maalala nyo, si Governor Diokno until fairly recently was in the cabinet, enjoying the full trust and confidence of the president. In fact, he trusted him so much that he promoted him to become central bank governor. So naninindigan po tayo sa integridad ni Governor Diokno at alam naman natin na karapatan na kahit sino magsampa ng kaso, pero kampante po kami at nagtitiwala na magbibigay linaw po si Governor Diokno sa issue nito.
From Tina Panganiban Perez of GMA7, what is the unemployment situation the po in the country right now with the pandemic, and what industry sectors are most affected? What assistance can the government give them or is giving them?
Hindi ko po memoryado, no? Pero ang alam ko po, mula nung nag-ease up tayo at binuksan nating bahagya ang ating ekonomiya, parang nangalahati po yung ating unemployment, pero yung kalahating yon ay doble pa rin ang unemployment bago magkaroon ng pandemya. Pero hindi ko lang po maalala kung ano yung figures na yon. Kaya nga po paulit-ulit tayo nagsasabi na pwede po tayo at dapat tayo mabuhay despite and in spite the virus. At kaya naman po natin yan sa pamamagitan ng mask, hugas at iwas. Kinakailangan po pangalagaan natin ang ating kalusugan para sa ating mga hanap buhay. Ingat buhay para sa hanap buhay.
From Ace Romero, Philstar, Secretary Locsin tweeted, "Our entire passport revolving fund is gone and we are in arrears to Apple 388 million for printing passport booklets. Apparently, the fund was eaten up by travel allowances, insurance miscellany. So bear with us until I find the money to replenish the fund." Ano daw po ang action ng Malacanang on this?
Well, we trust that Secretary Locsin can find the funds, no? And I will bring this matter up also to Secretary Avisado.
Thank you, Secretary.
Thank you.
Ang Pride